day, another wild story in a crazy way. Gossip nights and endless chats. We're taking turns with heartfelt laughs. Yeah, it's a world where secrets spill. Best friends ride on every thrill. From late night talks to morning cheers, we got each other year after year. Girl, did you hear that wild thing? We got stories that'll make you sing. From heartbreaks to dreams so clear. It's the podcast song for friends who cheer.
Hey guys, welcome to Girl Did You Hear? I'm Kristen.
And I'm Jessica.
Today we are on episode 24, which is crazy.
I know, right?
Almost halfway to 50.
We were just talking about our first
know.
episode. And how raw it was.
Don't go back and watch that one. Just kidding.
Well, I mean, do. And then
Do.
see how great we've become.
Yes, we have progressed.
We have grown so
We have
much.
grown. We have elevated.
But thank you for being with us for this long.
Please make sure to hit that like and subscribe.
Also,
We do appreciate your support so much. The other day we were talking about something interesting that I thought we could talk about today. Do you remember what it was?
oh yeah. So remember when
Remember when?
a long time ago when you were young
Young little
and
Kristen.
ready to start out on your own.
Oh boy.
You had your first apartment.
Yes.
You were just doing the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was like the first purchase you made that dawned on you, oh my gosh, I am out on my own?
Okay.
For example, for me,
Yes. Let
it
me hear you.
was salt and pepper shakers. I know, right? So,
That's funny.
but like all the other given situations that I had, I either had like roommates in college or
They were just
I had-
always
I
like
had-
there.
It was just always there. Like I knew someone had to provide the salt and pepper shakers, but
Right.
like it was that moment where I had those little like picnic disposable salt and pepper shakers in my hand where I was like looking at that going, oh shit, this is it. This is me on my own. These are my salt and pepper
I
shakers.
am now the one responsible for the salt and pepper
I have
shakers.
to supply the salt and the pepper in the house. But like it was an aha moment for me because I was like, man, this is me on my own.
Yeah.
Like, and there's a blend of fear in that as well as a sense of accomplishment.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
know what I'm saying? Because yeah, granted, I didn't go out and buy a big old like pepper grinder and a salt
fancy-
dispenser. No,
yeah.
I went for the cheapest thing I could
Heck
get
yeah.
because I was like 1920 at the
Yeah.
time. You know what I'm saying? So it was like very cost effective
Yeah.
living lifestyle. So
I
it
was just
wasn't
about to ask how old you were.
I was young.
Yeah.
But you know, because I moved out when I turned 18
Mm-hmm.
and went off to college, went off to Denver Automotive and Diesel School.
Yes.
And they had not like a dorm setup, but like a collegiate housing where the school rented out apartments.
Oh, that's cool.
And then you went through the school and they placed you and other students in these apartments.
That's
so
cool. So, like, a
it kind of
roommate-
gave you
That,
that whole
sense of
dorm vibe because
yeah.
there was two of you to a room and they were all 2-bedroom apartments. So there was 4 people in that apartment.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
That's
And
fun.
you weren't allowed to have more than 6 people in that apartment. Like you signed a thing saying that you couldn't have more than 6.
Oh boy.
Well, that didn't happen ever.
Of course
Are
not.
you kidding me? You put 4
Young baby adults?
Yes. And like
Yeah.
we're finally out on our own and we are doing the thing and we are unsupervised. And
Yes.
yeah, we got kicked out because we had too many people. in
Yeah,
our
rules don't
apartment.
really matter.
No, rules didn't apply.
No.
But
No, because when you are that young, you do have like a sense of
rules don't apply to me.
yeah, I'm invincible, the rules don't apply to me. I'm out on my own doing my own thing. Like you just
Right.
have like this different like I don't know, it's like a weird perspective.
It's almost like a little sense of an invincibility.
Yeah, totally. I definitely remember feeling that way.
Yeah.
For me, I lived with an ex in Arizona, like when my older teenage years,
Mm-hmm.
like 16, just turned 17, and then split. And then I went back home.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was with my dad for probably, I had turned 18. So just after turning 18 is when I went to New York on my own with another ex.
Right.
But I'm not going to count that as me being on my own because
No,
I had
I
a
don't.
partner.
Yeah. There. I mean,
That, like,
someone else was
assisted.
buying the salt and pepper shakers.
Correct.
Right.
Yes. Like things were different. But when him and I split, I was like 25, I think, 24, 25. And I had to get my own apartment for the first time in my life. No roommates, no boyfriends, like me by myself. And that was a weird thing at that age
Right.
because I had not done that before. Like I
Right.
had not lived on my
Solo.
own solo from a teenager, young adult up until that point, you know? So for me, my thing was my bed.
Oh, dude, that's a big purchase.
Yes, because I did not have a mattress or a bed frame when I moved into my apartment. I had a couch and a dining room table.
You got that, man.
And I had like a couple pots and pans, you know. I also had the picnic table, salt and pepper shakers, you know. I had like what I needed to cook the very basic things.
Yeah.
But the bed, like that was my moment of like, oh wow. Like I did not have a bed for like 6 months because I could not afford it.
Right. Beds are like mattresses are expensive.
Mattresses are expensive. And my dad ended up actually helping me because it was like around Black Friday. I was like, Black Friday was coming up and he's like, what do you want for your birthday? And I was like, a bed.
Please, a mattress
And
and a
he's
box
like,
spring.
go get a bed frame. He sent me like $300. He's like, put that towards what, you know,
Yeah.
put it towards whatever, which was great because I ended up actually getting a bed frame. And I think I got a mattress later on, like a month after that. But anyways, that was it for me because I was
Right.
like, dude, and sleeping on that was like amazing. You know what's funny? Actually, I just remembered this. When Trevor and I first met, I had the bed and the mattress
Right.
and the bed frame
Okay. The
But-
whole set.
not put together.
Why?
It was sitting there for like a month or two, not put together. I was just continually sleeping on my couch that I had.
Well, I see, because it required work, and we're like, I'm
And
too tired
I was too tired
to deal with that.
Also, I was not trying to put an IKEA bed frame together by myself.
No, it's hard
It's hard to put a bed frame together by yourself.
because of the longer pieces. You need like
you need someone to hold like
to support the other end,
the other end so
Yeah.
it's not all like wonky, and so the freaking screws of the other side don't start like
going in sideways.
exactly.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so it's a two-person job.
It
And
is.
I didn't have that at the time.
Good old IKEA
consistently.
bed frames.
What?
I said good old IKEA
Yeah.
bed frames.
But yeah, dude, so Trevor and I actually put it together.
Right.
And that was nice because that was like actually our first like little couples
Project.
project together,
Love that.
which
How'd
was
that go?
It was good. I just kind of let him
Take
take the wheel, take
Yeah.
the lead at that, you know, in the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, now like I speak up and I'm like, no, that's wrong.
Stop doing it.
Don't do it
that way. Yeah.
Or I'm like, what are you doing? Why don't you try this? He's like, no. And he's like, oh wait, that is right. No,
But
it's
like
funny.
the thing that makes me think is that we were so young so long ago.
Yeah. So
right. And I get it, like gas was cheaper, groceries were cheaper, like what we did to survive was more cost effective.
yeah.
My question is, and I mean, and I look, because I've got nieces and nephews coming up through the lines, man. Like I think about them and like how easy is it going to be when they are starting to set out on their own. Like I noticed like my brother and sister, no shame to this at all, like didn't leave the house right at 18.
Yeah.
They kind of stuck around for a little bit, gained some resources, and then set out. You know what I'm saying?
How old were they when they left?
In their 20s, I think.
Like early 20s?
Yeah.
Before 25?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I can confidently say.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's totally fair.
I mean, and for me, it was like, I went into school a little early, kind of graduated school a little early. Like when I graduated high school, I was 17.
yeah.
So I turned 18 over the summer. And then I signed up for college and that started, you know,
You were just like, bam, bam, bam.
bam, 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 bam. So it wasn't like I turned 18, you know, I moved out.
Right.
You know, it was just, it was that. It's just
Yeah.
A to B.
You're like, boom, boom.
So, I mean, because I had something to do afterwards,
You're
you
like,
know?
all right.
time to go to college and
Let's
learn
do the
stuff.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun.
That's cool though, that you had the ability to like live,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like in the dorm-ish
Yeah,
life like that.
yeah. And I mean, and I squandered it. I mean, I get it. That was a lesson learned.
I feel like that was like the times though. Like if you're thinking, okay, so we both just turned 40 last year. It's weird saying that last year.
I'm still
only like
39.
a month ago. Me too. I mean, we're turning 40. We're turning 40.
Right. We're
Yeah, I'm
turning
just
40.
But that was like early 2000s.
yeah. Well, because like graduated high school in 2003,
Same.
so that's right then.
Mm-hmm. I moved to New York in 2005, moved to Colorado in 2009, or moved to New York in 2004. Yeah, so yeah, like
we were young and
Mhm.
invincible then.
in the 20s, but I don't,
I mean, so like, how much harder do you think it is to do that today?
I think it's harder for sure.
I mean, the cost of everything, because like
Yeah.
my husband and I constantly talk about the apartments that we had when we were younger, because you know we kind of live in the similar area to where we started,
Yeah.
and the most cost-effective apartments that we lived in are not cost-effective anymore.
No.
No,
Same
like
with
they're
Trevor
over
and I's.
$1,000.
Same with Trevor and I's old apartment.
Yeah,
I looked up recently, when Marcus was staying with us, I looked at those apartments to see how much they were.
just out of
And
curiosity, right?
Yeah,
Just to
'cause I was
see.
like, that's a nice complex.
Right.
Like we lived there for 5 years, which is crazy, dude.
that is for an apartment.
Yeah. I miss our apartment sometimes. It was so cozy.
Cozy.
It was. It was very cozy.
Girl, you were all living on top of each other.
Yeah, but it was cozy.
That's what made it cozy.
Yeah.
It
We
was.
were all
It was.
right there.
It
You know what I
was.
mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes in this big
Versus
house.
now, you have them in different area codes.
Yeah, we're all spread out, and they're all older now, so none of them live at home.
I get it. Like, we're not getting paid the same amount. We're getting
No.
paid more than we were when we started. But like,
But it's not like
I think
it's not
just
like
getting started is hard.
yeah, dude.
Like just having what you need in order to get an apartment, or
It
what
is,
you need
like,
in order to like get that first job that'll pay
our
you
kids
enough.
now like planning to like I'm like playing my little thing here. Are they planning to like save money at mom and dad's house so that when they do leave, they can have their apartment furnished when they move in, or are they gonna plan to just take like their room, you know, furniture,
Right.
and then get stuff as they go? I wonder, like, I'm curious to like what their mindsets are right
Right.
now. Like, I know our kids because our oldest is 25,
Mhm.
23, 24, and
They're in their early 20s.
yeah,
There we go.
there we go. And then Autumn is 19.
Right.
When they all set out on their own, they all kind of like just pieced together random things
Mhm.
initially until they became more established
And was able to buy
and
their
was able
first
to
like
buy like
brand new
their
piece
matching sets
from American Furniture
Yeah,
Warehouse.
or-
Man, I thrift shopped a lot of
Dude.
my furniture. Like, the lady that I lived with in college after I got evicted from the apartments
Whoopsies.
was very kind to let me sleep on a futon. And
Oh, nice.
I took that futon with me. I bought it from her when I moved out of her house.
You're like, I am taking
And
that.
I took that futon everywhere. It was in my current house for a hot minute.
That's funny,
And that's
bro.
and I mean, like, and those are the furnishings that you get through time, right?
Yes.
Like, I remember going to
and
like
sometimes you end up like taking them with like from place to place to
yeah,
place.
I mean,
like,
I
throughout
can't tell
your
you
adult life.
how many times
And
like,
then you finally get rid of that piece.
I rebuilt the futon. How many times my husband rebuilt the futon?
That's
like,
funny,
because
bro.
we used it as like, oh hey, you're crashing at my place. Well,
like here, yeah,
here's something a tiny bit better than the couch, like
or an air mattress.
yeah, or the floor, like,
Yeah.
or just get fucked, like get out.
Right.
No, but like here's an option,
yes,
you know. But it's furnishing it is hard. I mean, furnishing my house now is hard. Like,
Yeah,
there's
same.
some things that I want and need, and I'm like, I don't want to spend the money on that, so this is fine.
exactly how Trevor and I feel right now too.
Yeah.
Because I want to get a new like entertainment center TV stand thingy in our
Mhm.
bedroom.
Mhm.
Because the one that we've had in there was in our living room in our apartment,
Right.
and it's
So that one's
old,
made
like,
a couple journeys.
made many journeys. I got an itch, and
It's an old IKEA piece.
It's not even IKEA. I think it's from Target. I don't know, but it doesn't match like our bed set because we got our bed set when we moved into the house, and so there's just a lot of things we haven't done since we've been in this house that I want to do.
Right.
And I'm just like, I do not want to spend the money on all this stuff.
No.
So I keep an eye out on Marketplace sometimes for things, but it is hard to
It's hard to curate something to something that already exists.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like there's stuff that I see on Marketplace that I like, but I'm like, it doesn't match anything in my house.
It's not going to go with anything that I
So
have.
the things like the ideas that I have in my head for what I want to buy, it's hard to find those specific pieces on Marketplace.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's funny because Jaden and I were talking recently because she just turned 17. And I was like, do you think you're going to try to like move out like when you're 18, And she's like, well, I think that's like what you're supposed to do, right? And she's like, well, yeah. Like, I'm like, yeah, like you're supposed to, but like you don't have to. Like we've never pushed any of our kids like get out, But I was just curious like where like her mind was at, So I had asked and she's like, yeah, she's like, I think I'm going to try, And I'm like, girl.
Well, it's the mark of freedom. It really
Yeah,
is.
for sure.
Because it's the first time that you don't have to
It's
answer
so
to
exciting.
anybody. And
It's so exciting. And I
mean,
hope
you do
she
have to answer
can.
to people, but it's like you don't though.
Yeah.
Like, it was kind of cool to come home from work and unlock my little door and throw my keys on the counter and like be in
you're
my
like-
own space.
You're like by yourself.
Yeah.
In your own space or with your roommates
And
or
you're
whatever.
staring at your dirty dishes in the sink and your laundry on the floor and you're like, yeah, this is my space.
You're like, yep, it's all just gonna stay there.
Me.
No, it is a really cool feeling though. Definitely I encourage everyone to like live on their own for sure. I think everyone
I think
should
it's
live on
hard
their
though.
own.
Like
It is hard.
I don't understand how they're gonna do it nowadays. Like I can't see them doing it without roommates. I mean, I
No.
know I didn't do it on my own at first. Like I had a lot of help in the beginning.
Yeah.
But like even still I was impressed with how early I was able to stand on my own 2 feet for a minute,
I was too. Like
I don't think they can do
when
it as early.
yeah, like it changes your perspective. Like when you are solely responsible for yourself and your bills and everything that you have to pay for to live or whatever. Like when it is just you, it changes your perspective of everything.
It
I
does.
think for
it really
sure.
does.
When you don't have that other roommate paying half your rent or your boyfriend or your partner, whoever,
Whatever. Yeah.
paying anything towards your bills, like it changes things because you're like, oh crap.
Right.
You're like, oh, damn.
So what is in my cupboards? What can I eat today?
Peanut butter and jelly again.
Yay!
And ramen.
Yeah.
Yes, which I totally lived off of for a long time in those months or like where I'm like stretching the
It was
next
Totino's
payday.
pizzas for me.
Yeah. Mac and cheese, ramen, like cheapy things, Chef Boyardee,
Right.
all of that stuff, dude. But okay. Speaking of like moving out,
Yeah.
earlier you mentioned that you went to like you have gone to
Long time ago, evidently.
you have gone to housewarming parties.
Oh yeah, is
Like-
housewarming still a thing? Is that where you're trying to lead me in the beginning?
Yes.
Well, here we are now.
No, but like, is that a thing actually still?
It's
Because
been
okay.
a long time since I've been invited to a housewarming party, but I remember being invited to a lot of housewarming parties in my 20s.
I cannot recall if I have been to one.
Yeah, because I remember
I
like
think
a
I
lot
would
of my
remember
friends
that. I think I would remember going
getting
to that.
like their own little apartments. I mean, because we're all so proud of it, right? And we're all in that stage of our lives where partying is really how we show our appreciation for life.
At that age, yes.
Yes. So yeah, it was just a reason to
did it.
celebrate.
We definitely had parties at my friends' like new apartments and stuff.
But you never called it a housewarming party?
No, and nobody
you never like
nobody
brought any house gifts or anything like that?
we would bring alcohol usually
Well, that's a house gift.
to the party.
Yeah, well, for the party. I hear you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, we wouldn't bring like we did not call it a housewarming party. We just called it a party, and then we would only bring alcohol for the party. Like I'm not gonna bring a freaking toaster.
I remember the housewarming parties that I've shown up to. I always show up with toilet paper and paper towels.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
We didn't even have a housewarming party when we moved into this house. I should have. Like, can you bring me a couch?
That's not how those work,
Oh.
sweetheart.
Oh, we don't put out like
No,
a
small
registry
things,
for that.
Small things. No.
Oh.
No.
Oh,
A
whoops.
registry for your housewarming.
People should do
we
that.
We might be onto something here.
Hello.
We're bringing housewarming back, folks.
Okay, for real though. Okay, baby showers.
Yeah.
People make a registry for that.
Bridal showers.
Bridal showers. Okay. Why do people have bridal showers? Fill me in, because I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
I need to know.
I never had
Let us
one.
know. Like and subscribe.
My sister had one.
What do they do there?
Fun
Do they give
bridal
gifts?
games and give gifts.
What is the purpose of it?
To celebrate.
Okay.
So from
We're
what I
both like,
understand,
okay.
from what I understand, the bridal shower is for the family that can't make it to the wedding or the people who can't come to the main event, right? The baby showers to celebrate the mom. I don't know.
Well, the baby shower, I
like
get.
what's
the bridal shower
is just
is just the bride. Is it a commingling event where
well,
the groom
it's
and the bride are there
no,
together?
It's just the bride most of the
So
time.
then-
Modern now, it's like they have like co-ed
I need to
bridal
look this up.
showers, but I mean, I don't know the original lore behind a bridal shower.
I don't
right?
understand it.
Like, I'm sure that there was a specific reason for it way back in the day.
Yeah, but I want to know current times.
like why they still do it.
Why they do it.
To give gifts and money. It's another reason for commerce.
Okay.
Buy me stuff.
What do people get at a bridal shower? What do they give as gifts? What types of things?
Well, I mean that's why there's a registry, right? No, I'm just kidding.
Like I wouldn't even know what to put on there.
The problem is that's the thing, right? Well, because like lingerie, okay, that's one thing that a lot of people give at bridal showers. Other things that the bride would need to be a wife, I think, is the tradition. But I know that sounds so cringy. Look at your face. But like it is, they are weird. Like
It's
I never
weird.
understood
I'm sorry.
that
I'm
custom.
sorry, guys.
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
understand
I'm
it
sorry.
either. But like,
sorry.
I mean, when we did it for my little sister, I was like, why is this a thing? And I did the
What are
whole
we
like,
doing?
what
Yeah.
what is this and why? And it's just a celebration for the bride.
Okay, so we have a registry
Another
for
party.
baby showers. What else do they have registry for?
I don't know. My life's kind of like simple, so I don't.
There's another one. I can't think of it. But that
I
bridal
mean,
showers, I
weddings,
don't
obviously,
understand.
but
Yeah,
I think that's
people
what I
make a
mean.
registry for their wedding
I think that's what I meant by bridal showers. Yeah, of course.
for like wedding gifts.
Yes, absolutely.
That's weird to me.
What? That's the way that it's been
I know.
for like ever.
But let me tell you something. In all of the years that I've photographed weddings, every wedding that I've been to,
Mhm.
I've never seen like a gift table
Because those are uncouth now.
or anything like that. Never seen anything like that.
Because the coordinator lady typically scoops those off and sets those aside. The gifts are there. They're just
Never
off in a
even-
room somewhere.
Never even seen them in a backstage area or anything.
Well, are you looking for them?
Well, not like where's the gifts,
So
but like if I
then
saw
if they're
whole freaking
somewhere,
thing
they're
of
probably
gifts,
loaded into someone's car at that
Maybe.
point.
I don't know. I'm mind blown right now. This is weird to me. And maybe it's because I didn't have like a traditional wedding, so I didn't like follow those types of things.
Right.
But I just don't understand the purpose of the bridal shower. Yes, I know people would like give gifts to weddings.
Mhm.
Like they would give like gifts that you would give like for their house
Mhm.
or like as a couple or
Yeah, that's
whatever.
what like the registry's for. It's like
Yeah,
I
but,
want
like-
these plates and bowls.
I would just, to me, like
Mhm.
I would feel so awkward doing that.
Buying from it or asking for it?
Asking for it.
Why? Why? Because you
I
are
don't
you are
know.
giving people a specific list of items that you want.
Because-
No, this is perfect because you don't want people going off the reservation. You don't. You don't want people using their
No, you
imagination
don't,
for
but,
something that you
like-
want. So you give them a pretty little list
First of all,
that says, "Hey, this is what I want," and then they're like, "Oh, okay, I can afford that," or That's cool. I
Right.
would want one of those. I love registries because I don't have to think about it. I don't have to
Yeah, I mean,
get creative.
I don't mind buying from them. That's not an issue.
But I would want people to have that same release of stress of not having to figure out what to get me. It's on the list.
But first of all, when we got married, no one gave us any gifts.
Well, you kind of just did the thing, sis.
So what the heck? And I'm just kidding. But
I'll get you a 12-year later wedding present. I don't know what it would be, but I'll figure it out.
Yeah, so we didn't get gifts when we got married.
Right.
And like I said, I haven't seen the gifts at the weddings that I have photographed. Maybe they were hidden, scooped up in a car. I don't know.
Right.
But I'm curious to know if that is actually like still a thing.
Mhm.
Or like what do people do? There's got to be an alternative that they do that's like not like
Because if
visually
people aren't
seen.
bringing the gifts to the wedding, when are they bringing them gifts?
Exactly.
Where are the gifts
Where are
coming
the
in?
gifts
They're coming at
coming
the
from?
wedding. They're just
or
somewhere where
they're
you don't
ordering
see
it
'em.
and shipping it to them.
There's also that because
Or-
like all the
I
baby
have
registries
seen
that I've
actually-
done, I've like just shipped the stuff to the person.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I have seen a lot of brides do like a honeymoon fund
Yeah.
at their wedding.
Yeah.
And for me, every wedding that I've been to, I always gift the bride and groom money,
Yeah. Cash.
cash, because I'm like,
Hard
I know you
cash.
paid like $200 per person here, so here I'm paying you back for my plate of
Right,
food and
right.
for my presence of being here.
Yeah.
That's how it is in my brain.
Right.
That's how I look at it. So like
I just, like-
I've never bought in somebody like a wedding gift.
Well, see,
in that
I'm
sense.
really bad at giving gifts. Everybody that exists around me knows this. And I feel bad for
mean,
them because
I have
they're
bought
my
gifts,
friends.
but they're like people that are like really close, like my close friends.
But,
I'll
like,
buy
even
something
still-
special for them, but that's after the wedding. Like, here's an extra little wedding gift or
yeah,
something.
I
you
saw
know?
this and I thought of you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not like tromping to the wedding. Like,
With
here's
this
your
big old
gift.
blender.
Where's the gift table? Like, hope you like this air fryer.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But like we have been in our relationships for a very long time.
Yeah,
And so I don't know if it's changed.
we are out of the times.
We are.
How do we stay relevant? And I'm just kidding.
This
This
is
yeah.
how we stay
Let us
relevant.
know. Let us know down below.
Yes, please educate us.
Oh man. Okay. Speaking of houses and housey things, both you and I love to bake.
Mm-hmm.
Have you made sourdough yet?
No.
Do you want to?
No.
Do you like sourdough?
I refuse.
I
No,
don't want to.
Sourdough is like my favorite bread. There's
Yeah.
just a lot of bullshit that goes into it that I mean,
Into making the sourdough bread?
yeah.
The little starter thing?
I get, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I
Have you
mean,
read about it?
Yes. I've done way too much research. I've done so much
You have to
research
take
on
care
this
of it.
that like I have talked myself out. Like I
You're
don't
like,
want to do this.
"No."
Like I don't want to babysit this jar of dirt so that I can fold it
You have
into
to,
my
like,
bread
feed it
later.
every day?
Yes, I get it. It's like
Yeah.
a Tamagotchi for
It's
bread.
crazy.
But I don't have I'm not good at taking medications on time, so I'm not going to be good
Yeah.
at feeding a sourdough starter correctly.
That's kind of how I have felt when I read everything you have to do.
Yeah.
But
It's like
It
wait for the
sounds- it
third lunar
sounds
phase and
like-
then add 2 teaspoons of flour and
Right.
then pray to the goddess and hope that she blesses your starter. And then 7 days later, you can make bread with it. A little bit of it, not the whole thing.
no,
Just
a
a
little
just a
bit.
bloop.
Just a little.
Just a little dollop.
The blog I was reading about it was funny. The lady was like, yeah, like when you're not using your starter, you can just put it in the freezer, and then when you need to like use it or whatever, just wake it back up, just take it out of the freezer and just feed it, and
Just
it will
be
come
like,
back to
"Hey,
life. And
little
I'm
guy."
like, what?
Yeah.
That is crazy
Yeah.
to me.
Well, yeast is they talk about yeast like it's alive. I guess it is kind of the active
yeah,
ingredient.
no, it totally is.
But
and I mean, we know that like we use yeast. And we've made tons of different types of breads and muffins and stuff like from scratch, like making our own.
remember that time we made challah bread?
Yes, I want to make it again.
It was
It's so good.
So good.
But I have been wanting to bake something new,
Mm-hmm.
and so I've thought about it. But when I read about it, I was like,
It's
I
too
don't
much. It's
want
too
to.
Especially if
do
you're
that.
trying to come back in from a break from baking. You don't want like one of the reasons I don't eat tomatoes. I don't like tomatoes, but I
love
love
tomatoes.
planting tomatoes in my garden. You know why? Because they're easy to grow.
And it's satisfying.
And it's
like,
very
"Oh,
it's very
look what
rewarding
I grew."
to look at this thing that I put 0 to no
Yeah.
effort in, and then it produces stuff.
I
So
think I
like
just need to stick with regular bread.
for now, and then when you get comfortable, you're like, yeah, man, I make the shit out of this regular bread.
Have
Then you
seen-
can like elevate yourself and bring
Right.
yourself up to the next level where you have to
like
babysit.
how I went from like muffins to cinnamon rolls.
Yes, dude, cinnamon rolls are next level.
Dude, the other day I made this really good like cinnamon roll apple pie filling casserole bake that Trevor found
Ooh.
on TikTok.
Oh.
It was like cinnamon rolls, like you cut them up in the can or whatever, put them in the casserole dish, and then you just take the apple pie filling, put cinnamon, brown sugar, whatever in there, and then you mix the cinnamon cut up chunks with the apple pie filling and then bake it in the oven for like an hour.
Ooh, that sounds
Amazing.
delicious.
I think I'm actually going to order more of those.
Like make it again.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it again for
Oh,
sure. But I think I'm gonna have to stick with regular bread because there's not like a quick way to make sourdough bread unless you just buy it fresh at another bakery.
I mean, I've had a lot of like coworkers and
Bring
stuff
it in.
ask if I've started sourdough before, and I'm like,
Do they do it?
They've tried.
And they not did they
They
fail?
just forget.
I've seen
They
people
just forget that they started the thing because it's like a thing you have to do every day. You have to like
You
remind
do.
yourself to do the thing. And that's why
You
it's
have to
like
feed
taking a
it.
medication. That's exactly why it's like taking a medication because you have to track it every day. Right. And I'm not good with that kind of stuff, especially if it's out of my line of sight.
right.
So I'm like, oh, crap, the thing I got to go do. And it's like,
Where's my fucking
I got to start my sourdough. I got to feed my sourdough. And I mean, and that to me has been the number one like reason as to like why they haven't been successful in making a loaf is because they haven't been successful with their starter.
That's
Do you
fair.
know you're not supposed to throw your starter down the drain?
Oh.
It turns into concrete.
Oh. Hopefully no one's doing that.
Or
Don't do that.
Doing it in their apartment complex.
Oops.
Well, because think about it. It's just flour, water, and sugar.
Yeah.
That's it.
And when it hardens, that's
I mean, what happens to flour when it gets wet and then no longer is wet? It just turns to
Mhm.
a rock, man.
that's
Ooh,
crazy.
Plumbing repairs are nuts.
Woo.
So don't
Don't
toss
do
it down
that.
your drain,
Don't do that.
folks.
Stick to the regular. Just
Just
get it.
throw it in the bin.
Yeah.
Throw it in the trash, whatever you want to call it.
Throw it in your grease
Throw it away.
container.
Yeah.
Something.
Or just
Don't put
chuck
it
the whole
down
jar
the thing.
because you're mad at it. I don't
Yeah,
care.
do that. Do that. I think I'm gonna have to stick with regular bread though
Yeah,
because I
I
can't
agree.
do the sourdough. I was wondering if there was like a quick way to do it, and there's not.
There's
or like
not.
a quick like a starter kit or something.
Mm-mm.
Or and there are starter kits on Amazon,
You have to.
but you still have to like take
It's-
care
it's
of it.
magic,
and
man.
Feed
Yeah.
it and like.
It's alchemy.
Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna do that.
Well, it's like I want to because the challenge is there, right? Because
yeah,
it's
I'm just
something
not
I've
there
never
yet.
done.
I'm not
yeah.
there yet.
It's like, but I haven't, man, it has been a hot minute since I've baked anything. Banana bread, I think, has been the first thing I've baked in like a year. So I'm starting nice and slow.
Easy. Easing on into that. We used to bake all the time.
Oh, that was so much fun.
We need to do that. More of that.
I agree.
More
It's
of
a
that.
good creative
We need to
outlet.
make time for that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Space for
Especially
baking.
while it's still like cold.
Yeah.
Because
Well, I mean,
we can't do anything else outside in the cold.
Good news is it's going to be cold for a hot minute, so we got time.
All of January.
Yeah.
It's frozen time.
Frozen tundra, Colorado.
Frozen tundra.
Yeah.
Supposed to be like negative degrees this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Blech.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
So all the little house projects that haven't been getting done, guess what? They're still not going to get done.
Unless it's inside the house.
Well, that's what I mean. All those little inside house projects that haven't gotten done have a chance, but it's not going to happen. Well, it's because it's like you just want to sit on the couch and like watch a movie marathon
like,
of movies you
snuggle
haven't
up.
watched in
Yeah.
forever. You know what I'm saying?
I am actually going to try and give myself like some solid downtime this weekend. Like veg time.
What does that look like for you?
Laying in bed working on my computer. And I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I don't know what to do,
No.
here, folks.
What it actually looks like for me is like me just chilling like on the couch or in our
Right.
bed, like watching a movie, watching a show,
Not,
maybe
like,
just kind of scrolling through my
scrolling,
phone,
yeah.
casually.
but not working on anything.
Correct.
Not
Not sitting in my
editing
office, not
anything.
editing anything, not working on anything, not
Yeah.
doing that.
Because like I try and fight downtime as soon as I get home. Like
Not cleaning anything.
that's
like,
the thing. It's like I get stressed out when I'm sitting down because there's all these things to do
yes.
and the things that need to get done, and I'm like I can't do them if I'm just
can't
sitting
relax.
here.
There's dishes
Yeah,
in the sink.
it's hard. It's hard. You got to give yourself that space.
It is, but I mean, I do like. It's not like I'm just working my ass off all day, like running around like we did at Subaru. Like I sit in my office in my house,
But you're still like utilizing your skills.
Yeah.
You know,
and it still takes a lot of brain power.
It doesn't matter that you're running around with a clipboard or not.
True. But yeah. So and because I haven't watched anything,
Yeah.
I want to see
You
if
need
there's
to like catch up, man.
if there's
I've
anything
got
out
so many
there.
recommendations for you. Dubbed, undubbed.
And because it's gonna be like cold this weekend, it's like a good weekend to just like try to just veg.
Have you seen
a little
the
bit.
Furiosa, Mad Max Furiosa?
I have not.
See, that's a good one.
I would watch that.
That is a good one.
I was disappointed. Trevor and I were gonna go to the movies on Christmas because remember we used to do that all the time, and we haven't done it in a few years. So we were gonna go this last Christmas, but
Right.
we did not go because there was nothing good playing in
Nothing
the theaters.
you wanted to see.
No,
Yeah.
nothing that was gonna drag me out of the house. Like, oh, looks a great movie.
I think
Nothing.
the
There was
last
nothing.
movie that I saw in theaters was Beetlejuice. And that was more of like a
But before that, what was the last?
Top Gun.
Okay, I don't even remember the last movie I saw in the theater.
I mean, but it's fucking expensive. It's
Is it?
like
Is it
it's,
now?
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
that's how long it's been since I've been.
it's going to a movie now is like the equivalent of going to a concert. It's like $50, $75. It's money.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane, dude. Well,
It's
we've reached
expensive
the end
right now, man.
It is.
Summary
You
says.
hear that sigh?
Yeah.
The sigh of
Gotta go spend
how
money on
expensive
something
everything
now.
is. Yeah. I think we've reached the end, friend.
We have.
Sad, sad.
Anything you want to say?
Ooh. No. You're funny.
Maybe next time I'll get the intro.
Yeah. Prepare. Do some homework.
Homework. We got this, folks. You're gonna see this face first.
Yeah, you'll either see that or a bloopers video.
No,
One of the two.
You probably get both.
That's funny. Thank you guys for joining us today. We really appreciate you hanging out.
Thank you.
Please make sure to hit that like and subscribe. This is episode 24. Please make sure to catch us on the next one. And if you have anything else you'd like us to talk about, something that you can relate to what we spoke about today, please let us know. Comment below. That rhymed. Did not mean for that to happen.
It's just how we are.
Thank you again. We appreciate you. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.